Man, there's been a little bit of an update. So I don't know if you guys have been on Twitter, but man, people have been going hard on this patch. So I've yet to really review my notes. Obviously, the screen's up, so I've seen a little glance. But I thought it'd be interesting to do a little live reaction. Change of plans tonight. I know some of you guys might have been expecting some Final Fantasy, but we're gonna have to push that off to Friday stream. So for now, I want to do a small little video on the patch notes. So today they dropped a patch. They call it a minor patch 1.000.100 or patch 1.0, however you want to do it. And just scrolling through real quick, it's not huge. So it is probably minor, but people are saying that the meta's changed, that this, that, and the third stuff that everyone was using is apparently nerfed, and supposedly they buffed some stuff. So let's just get right into it, see what the changes are, and then I'll give you my thoughts and reaction on how it is for me as a new player coming in. So major updates: planetary hazards active. I guess more things, maybe like the exploding things like that. Many planets now have additional environmental challenges that will appear at random while you're deployed, from fire tornadoes to meteor showers and more. Okay. All right, let's just all right, the game is already wild as fuck right now, but sure, why not? Let's throw some fire. All right, eradicate missions now require more kills and enemies spawn more often. Time to complete this mission was previously shorter than intended and now usually takes twice as long to complete. So man, all right, I don't know, I don't think I like this. I don't know if I would want it to take more time, right? It already takes quite a bit to level up, in my opinion. And that was kind of a fast mission that you can get in, get out, and do. And it's not a bad one to just get some stuff, but now it takes twice as long. What, they were like 15 minutes in duration, but I guess people were killing them too quick. Like, bro, I just started this game. Like, I just got it over this weekend. That mission for me, trying to gear up, is actually kind of intense because it's just non-stop waves, right? At least in the big 40-minute missions, I can walk around, gather some stuff, you know, I can take some time. But you telling me I have more enemies that spawn more often, so it's even wilder, and it takes twice as long to do. I don't know, just putting more time into a mission is going to make the mission better. Like, maybe if you're just gonna, I guess the overall mission is to eradicate monsters, but perhaps if you had the players move from one spot to another to make it more interesting, to gather more time, like instead of just making it take twice as long and to have more enemies. This feels like a nerf to my quality of life, really, is what it feels like. Just reading it, I don't know how that actually plays out. Maybe it's better this way because people were like finishing, I don't know, and they're finishing that fast. I wasn't, so but maybe once I get more items, get more things as I level up, it'll become a little bit easier. So this is, I guess, the kind of the meat and potatoes of the patch, what everyone's been complaining about: the breaker, the railgun, and I guess the the energy shield strategy. So we'll start with the breaker and railgun. So apparently these got nerfed, and that's been kind of like the primary saving grace for a lot of players to complete stuff. So the breaker, the shotgun, decreased magazine from 16 to 13. Increase recoil to 30 to 55. Sweet Lord Jesus. So the capacity nerf is not terrible in my opinion. I guess if you have to nerf a weapon, I prefer to see a magazine capacity nerf, right? So that you have to reload more often. But that recoil jump sounds atrocious. That means not only is it less damage or less like your time to kill is like greatly increased, right? With all that recoil, you can't like spam shots like that, which is going to be hard to kill those tankier enemies, and it really cuts down your TTK. And then having to reload sooner, it means less time on the breaker in general, which again, you got these hordes. I don't know, I definitely don't agree with the increased recoil. I mean, I guess we'll have to see. I didn't actually get a chance to use it. I was still working my way to unlock it, but it was definitely recommended to me. Yo, what up, Love? Recoil North is horrible. Yeah, that sounds. Thank you. Okay, I'm glad you agree with me, Jonesy, because like 30 to 55 seems like a huge jump, like a huge. That seems gigantic. That must make it go like bah, like you're. I just picturing it in my head, like there's no way. All right, railgun decreased armor penetration in safe mode. All right, decreased damage against durable enemy parts. Decrease armor penetration in safe mode. I guess that's not necessarily a terrible nerf. It just means you have to play a bit more risky with it, but I don't know if that's necessarily a problem. Just because it seems like, from what I've been discovering with people playing the railgun, they usually have the unsafe mode active anyway, right? And they try to go all the way to get the most damage out of it. But decreasing damage against durable enemy parts sounds pretty trash, though. I guess it makes sure that you have to get like crit shots or like, you know, actual just weak points, finding that soft tissue. So I guess people could railgun through a lot of the armored enemies pretty easy, right? Safe mode part of it's meh. That's not too bad of a nerf, but I think durable enemy parts is kind of where it actually is going to hurt the railgun. So the railgun might actually still be pretty good. Now I saw the tweet about the flamethrower. People were going ham in Twitter on this, bro. Increased damage per second by 50%. So that should help make it usable, because I didn't see anyone using flamethrower. But I don't know. Like, the clip they showed on Twitter was them like mowing through a charger, but then everybody in the comments was like, what difficulty is this on? That charger was on a lower difficulty. This didn't work for me. So I guess people will have to like actually get in the game and find out. Laser cannon, increased damage against durable enemy parts, increased armor penetration and ergonomics. Okay, so when I was streaming last time, I was told the laser cannon was trash and not to pick it up. I feel like they took they're trying to get people to switch from railgun to laser cannon, right? Decreased durable parts, but then increased it on this weapon and armor penetration. I hope so, because I remember I was watching that little video of it, and it seemed like it took a while to kill out a monster, even in the little demo screen. So we'll find out. All right, Punisher, increased total ammo capacity from 40 to 60, increased stagger force, increased damage from 40 bullets to 45 per bullet. I'm not sure what the Punisher is actually. Let me swap to the game real quick. I got signed out because I wasn't active. That's hilarious. All right, I want to look at the Punisher. I think that's a shotgun, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on, we're just gonna slowly load back in for inactivity. All right, let's go see here. That should be, no, it's an acquisition, right? Do I have it already? No. What is this? Oh yeah, it is a shotgun. Okay, so it's a shotgun. Got it. So more ammo, increased stagger, and increased damage. Maybe they're trying to get people off of Breaker to Punisher. See, why couldn't you just do this? I don't understand why you could have just left these alone, like especially this recoil. So not even touch these, right? And just do this to all the other weapons. I don't understand why we can't just buff instead of nerf, and then see if people switch to something, find a different meta, right? Because they give people a chance to figure it out, right? They're only using this because all these other things sucked, right? So like, you didn't have to nerf. Oh, man, the durable, that recoil is nuts, bro. Breaker, spray and pray, increased armor penetration. So I think this is the default one, right? And then because there's two breakers, and then increased fire rate from 300 to 330, increased pellets from 12 to 16, decrease the magazine size though. It was kind of weird buff nerf. Uh, all right. So as far as the weapons, railgun is meh. I don't think that's that bad. Breaker sounds terrible. I don't think anyone's gonna really like use that hard anymore. That recoil just seems kind of crazy. The improvements to these weapons, the Punisher might get some traction, and maybe the Breaker Spray and Pray, just because the regular Breaker is nerfed. People are definitely going to try it out at the very least, in my opinion, to work it out. Stratagems, the Energy Shield Backpack. So I was getting increasingly interested in this, right? So they increased the delay before recharging. So when I'm grouped up with the random players, I'm watching my mans with the shield just seemingly tank everything, and I was really interested in the drone for like advanced notice, but like not going down is pretty helpful, I think, right? Especially early on. I haven't worked up the level enough to get this, but I don't know. I think I'm still going to try the energy backpack as a newer player, and hopefully it'll help carry me a little bit more. But an increased delay before recharging does sound pretty bad, right? Because if it does happen to go down, I can only imagine in like hell dive mode, your shield cracks. Because you already go down ridiculously fast anyway, right? And now you don't, like, what's the use of having that stratagem, you know, if you can't get it back in time to actually help you? And then 380 and 120 orbital barrages increase duration of bombardment and decrease spread. This sounds amazing, actually. I actually might try these now. I was going to kind of skip past them, like an increased duration, but like the biggest part of this whole sentence, decrease spread. That's great. You know what? My last session, how many times I was getting team killed because people would just immediately, as soon as the first wave would come out, calling an orbital, bro. Like, we're all here. What are you doing? But like a decreased spread will at least kind of help some of that friendly fire, as long as people can kind of call them right, I guess. You know, it's definitely going to take some work, because they're going to have to get used to like it not being so wide. But it is nice to hopefully not get just friendly fired. Now this one sounds good. Fixes. Everyone likes fixes though. No one can be mad at fixes, and it looks like they have quite a bit of fixes. So we'll just briefly run through these. I won't kind of go through my thoughts about them. We'll just check them out. So fixed armor rating values for not reducing damages as intended. Fix certain bug holes, including striker nests that were unnecessarily hard to destroy. Thank you. Fixed anti-aliasing toggle not working on PS5. Oh, there you go. PS5 buff. Balanced lighting across all planets to solve cases where game was too dark. Yeah, this game is dark as fuck, actually. That's a good improvement. Improved flashlight efficiency. There's a flashlight? Oh my god, have I not been playing with this flashlight this whole time? Increased visibility during sand rain, weather, and air. Thank you. Updated tutorial materials and lighting. Okay. Improved cases where some materials could look blurry if lighting graphics was set to low. Alright. Fixed timing issues that could occur in the extract E710 primary objective, so a specific mission. Alright. Change button interaction behavior for buttons in bunker. POIs, Helldivers now get the let go of the button after holding it for a few seconds. Alright. Fix some cases of large assets floating. And yo, I did actually see floating guns and clipping monsters into the ground. There you go. Helldiver standing next to the ICVMs during launch will get properly toasty with the a chance of not so spontaneous combustion. Alright. Fix unthrowable snowballs after okay. Ragdolling. Fixed being able to use grenades after drowning. Wait, were you not supposed to be able to use grenades after drowning? Oh, did they stay? I see. Oh, that's kind of a nerf. Camera no longer locked on player's own corpse and blocking spectator mode. Oh yeah, that happened to me quite a bit actually. Helldivers now take damage from fire, gas, and generated by other players. Okay, well, nerf. Armor no longer stretches when dismembered. Okay. Some known issues introduced by this patch and being worked on from the previous have not been fixed. Game may crash after dropping several high power strategies in succession. RIP. They all happen to launch at the same time. All the explosions. Yo, can your PCs handle it? I guess the game can't. Picking up items from bunkers cache may render. Okay, players cannot unfriend players befriended via friend code. Players Unable to load out mission objective hubs, missions. We're just gonna fly through these. Default armor not viewing, text box. HUD and UI missing. That seems major. Players experience. Imagine not knowing if you have anything ready loaded, if you need to like call down where your stratagems are. Like you gotta hit the arrows, you can't even see your stratagems, bro. That's terrible. Players experiencing issues logging in attempts to play at the same time. Log in and intimidating players, disconnecting during play, UI issues, game. All right, that's so they got some stuff to still work on after the patch. All right, let's see. Final thoughts, actually. Just kind of thinking about where I stand, right? Because I'm still pretty fresh into the game. Like I said, I started this past weekend, so for me, I've only been on a couple of days, and then I've got a patch. And things that I was kind of looking at because people were telling me were good, like the breaker, people trying to sell me on the railgun, the shield looking nice, and those catching nerfs are kind of deflating, right? Things you really want to try. So now I'm kind of back in that I don't know where to go from here, what to grab first sort of feeling. That regard said, I suppose it would just force me to try everything out like everyone else did with the other weapons and figure out what's going to work and what's not. So that's primarily what we're going to do today. See if I can get my level up to actually unlock some stuff. Overall, they didn't change a ton. Not the way things are being kind of exposed on Twitter, in my opinion. I guess, you know, people's opinions are going hard, regardless of whether they like it or not. That said, I am interested to see what it's going to be like. So I'm going to cut this part of the video short for anyone else who wants to hang out. We're going to be streaming some Helldivers live, and then anyone else catching this on YouTube later. Thanks for watching, and tune in for the next one.